Hi guys, my name is Dr. Lee Sung. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Imagine being in a relationship with someone you deeply care about, loving them, spending time with them, sharing memories with them, yet still not fully understanding what truly creates emotional and physical connection between two people. This is more common than most people realize. Many couples don't struggle because they lack love. They struggle because they simply don't understand how attraction, pleasure, and emotional bonding actually work from a scientific perspective. And when it comes to women, the science becomes even more fascinating. Most people think attraction begins in the body, but biology tells us something very different. The most powerful sexual organ in the human body is not the heart, and it's not even the genitals, it's the brain. The brain is where attraction begins, where emotional bonding forms, and where pleasure is actually experienced. When someone feels attracted to another person, the brain starts releasing powerful chemicals that shape emotions and physical responses. One of these chemicals is dopamine. Dopamine is responsible for the feeling of excitement, motivation, and anticipation. It's the same chemical that activates when we feel rewarded or thrilled about something. In relationships, dopamine is what creates that spark of attraction and curiosity. Another important chemical is oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. Oxytocin strengthens emotional connection between two people. It creates feelings of trust, comfort, and closeness. This is why emotional intimacy can make relationships feel deeper and more meaningful. The brain also releases endorphins, natural chemicals that create relaxation and happiness. These chemicals work together to create the complex experience we describe as romantic attraction and pleasure. This is one of the biggest reasons why understanding women is not just about physical attraction. It's about understanding the connection between the brain, emotions, and the body. Biologically speaking, men and women often experience attraction in slightly different ways. In many cases, male attraction tends to be more direct and visually triggered. But female attraction often involves a more complex interaction between emotional safety, mental stimulation, and physical response. That means things like trust, communication, emotional comfort, and feeling appreciated play a much bigger role than most people realize. When a woman feels emotionally safe and respected, the brain becomes more relaxed. A relaxed brain activates pleasure pathways more easily. But when stress or discomfort is present, the brain can activate defensive responses instead of pleasurable ones. This is why emotional connection is not just romantic language. It is actually rooted in neuroscience. Understanding female anatomy also helps explain why pleasure is connected to the nervous system and the brain. Certain areas of the female body contain a high concentration of sensory nerves. These nerves send signals to the brain, which then interprets those signals as pleasurable sensations. One of the most sensitive structures in the female body contains thousands of nerve endings, making it one of the most responsive areas of human anatomy. What many people don't realize is that this structure is not only external, but also extends internally, connecting with surrounding tissues and nerves. This internal network interacts with the nervous system, which is why pleasure is deeply connected to both physical stimulation and mental state. Researchers who study human intimacy describe a process called the sexual response cycle. This cycle explains how the body gradually moves through different stages during moments of attraction and intimacy. The first stage involves excitement, when the brain begins responding to attraction and the nervous system becomes more sensitive. Heart rate may increase, and attention becomes focused on the partner. The next stage is often described as a plateau phase, where excitement builds further and the body moves toward a peak response. After this comes orgasm, which is a short but powerful physiological response involving muscles, nerves, and the brain's pleasure centers. Finally, the body enters a recovery stage where it gradually returns to a relaxed state. Interestingly, scientists have observed that many women can experience multiple peaks of pleasure because their recovery phase can differ from men. This difference highlights how unique female physiology can be. But even more important than biology is psychology. One of the most powerful elements influencing intimacy is emotional safety. Studies in relationship psychology consistently show that women tend to experience deeper connection when they feel respected, understood, and emotionally supported. When someone feels valued by their partner, the brain releases more oxytocin. This hormone strengthens trust and emotional bonding. Without emotional safety, the brain may activate stress responses instead of pleasure responses. This is why emotional intelligence plays such a powerful role in relationships. Emotional intelligence means understanding your own emotions and also recognizing the feelings of your partner. People who develop this skill are usually better at resolving conflicts, communicating clearly, and building deeper emotional connections. And those deeper connections naturally strengthen intimacy. Another common misunderstanding in relationships is the idea that attraction is purely physical. In reality, attraction often develops through a mixture of psychological and emotional signals. Confidence, for example, plays an important role. Confidence does not mean arrogance. It simply means feeling comfortable with who you are. When someone carries genuine confidence, it creates a sense of stability and emotional security. Psychologically, people are drawn toward individuals who feel calm and self-assured. Communication is another powerful factor that shapes relationships. Many couples struggle because they assume their partner should automatically understand their thoughts and needs. But healthy relationships work differently. Partners who communicate openly about emotions, comfort, and expectations usually experience stronger connections. Communication removes uncertainty and builds trust. And trust is one of the strongest foundations for intimacy. Even small gestures can have a powerful biological effect. Simple physical affection, such as holding hands, hugging, or gentle touch, can trigger the release of bonding hormones in the brain. At the same time, these moments reduce cortisol, the stress hormone. This biological reaction explains why affectionate touch can make people feel calmer and more connected. Understanding individual differences is also essential in relationships. Every person experiences attraction and emotional connection in their own unique way. Some people respond strongly to verbal appreciation, while others respond more to physical affection or shared experiences. Strong relationships grow when partners remain curious about each other rather than making assumptions. Patience also plays a major role. Modern media often creates unrealistic expectations about romance and attraction. Movies and social media sometimes give the impression that everything should happen instantly. But real intimacy grows slowly. Trust develops over time. Emotional comfort deepens gradually. The strongest relationships are usually built through shared experiences, understanding, and patience. Long-term attraction also depends on keeping the relationship emotionally alive. Psychologists explain that novelty plays an important role in maintaining excitement. Trying new activities together can stimulate the brain's reward system and strengthen emotional bonds. Couples who support each other during difficult moments also develop stronger connections. Appreciation and gratitude further reinforce these bonds, making both partners feel valued and respected. When laughter, playfulness, and emotional support become part of a relationship, attraction often remains strong even after many years. In the end, understanding women and building a fulfilling relationship is not about secret techniques or shortcuts. It is about understanding the science of human connection. When people begin to understand the role of the brain, hormones, emotional safety, communication, and mutual respect, they start to see relationships from a completely different perspective. Healthy intimacy is not just physical. It is a powerful combination of biology, psychology, trust, and emotional connection. And when those elements come together in a relationship, the bond between two people becomes deeper, stronger, and far more meaningful than simple attraction.